Hello, Flaum here, and today I am super excited to present to you how to customize a table runner. So you can make your own, or I'm starting with a pre-made cloth table runner here that I'm going to decorate for Valentine's Day. And I have here a couple different rolls of iron-on vinyl material. Now just remember the rule with the iron-on vinyl is the shiny side, that's the carrier sheet. That's always going to go face down on your mat, and the mat side, that's going to be what you do face up for cutting purposes. For a project like mine, you're going to want to buy some colors of iron-on vinyl. You're going to want to have a table runner, of course, and then any threads, buttons, sequins, other doodads that you want to decorate with. And of course, the most important tool, your ScanNCut. For our first pattern, I'm going to be working exclusively with built-in patterns here in my ScanNCut because there are so many wonderful patterns and they're absolutely perfect, so intricate, and it'll work really well with the vinyl. So the vinyl is here on my mat. You can see I just have a small piece of vinyl here, just about 3 inches high, and I'm setting it in my mat, or on my machine I should say, and push this button here, let it load. Remember, always use, there's an arrow pointing, so you can always load it correctly. You can see the arrows, oh, well you can't, but the arrow's right in there. So, down to our patterns. There are so many intricate patterns to choose from. These are beautiful for so many projects, from drawing to, oh, well, you name it. You can draw with them. You can cut paper for scrapbooking with them. Today we're going to be vinyl cutting with them because they do cut so beautifully. I'm just resizing this to be 2 inches high because I know that is the ideal height for how I want to use it. I'm going to cut 3 of them out and set, and that will put them all right at the top edge. If you wish to move them, I tend to like to give them a little space because I like to cut out around my vinyl pieces when I'm actually placing them. And we're going to say, okay, and then select cut. Now, once you have done this, you want to make sure here in the screen here, click that little tool. We want half cut to be on. Because we are cutting vinyl, we only want it to cut the back part of the vinyl. Push start and let it cut. We don't want it to cut the carrier sheet. Now here is some in pink. I'm cutting the gold now. I've already done the pink, as you can see, and I've started to weed it. In other words, remove all the vinyl that we do not want. Now, one trick I will tell you is sometimes I will use one of my embroidery needles to pierce parts of the vinyl that I do not want and help me lift them up. So one of the tricks that I will do is use one of my embroidery needles to help me lift up stubborn pieces of vinyl or small pieces of vinyl that I wish to remove. And you're just going to repeat this process with all, and you're also going to repeat this cutting process for all of the colors that you want to use. I have all of my hearts weeded. You can see I have 3 different colors and I have 3 of each, so I have plenty to work with, but I want a larger image. So I'm going to go back into pattern, and the ScanNCutDX has so many beautiful patterns. I could create with all of them all day long and never get bored. There's so much fun to be had here. So I'm going down here to one of the new ones. This is so pretty. And I'm going to increase it so that it is about 8.5 inches wide. And just do that by, and remember, if you change your mind, you can always edit as well, and hit set. And I'm just going to center it over here. And remember, you can always hit edit, object edit, and then either resize, add more, flip it if needed, and any other editing that you might need to do. However, I am good to go, and I have my vinyl already loaded on my mat here. So I'm just going to say okay, click OK one more time, select, cut, and again we will make sure that the half cut is on. You can change that in the settings here if need be, and start. Once everything is weeded, you can see here I've got my large design weeded and ready to go. Everything is still on the transfer sheet. Now what I am doing, you can see this is the perfect size here to fit inside. And then I have individually cut my small hearts, which I intend to line here, as well as stitching some buttons in there with them. I'm just making sure I like how everything looks, and I do. Then I will set these to the side because I like to work with one piece, one design piece at a time. And what I will do, you'll notice this is a little wrinkled, not a problem. We're just going to take our iron, preheat our material, which is helpful in the process and recommended, but it's also going to remove all of those wrinkles. And that's why I always say I don't worry about the wrinkles while it's going. Now I've got the steam on. We're going to turn the steam off when we go to heat set. So I'll turn that off. And then we get out our design and just get it nice and centered here. Oh, that's just going to be absolutely lovely. And then I just bring this material over the top like so. This is just a large piece of fabric that I have here for this exact purpose. And then we will just press, heat and press. And since this is a large design, I will continue to move my iron around until the design is set. Once it is finished and cooled for a moment, go ahead and start gently peeling from one side to the other. Be sure to take your time so that if there are any areas that are not fully transferred, you will see them and be able to place this transfer sheet back and heat again. Now you are going to repeat with additional designs. I'm going to start in the middle here with this heart that I have centered. And again, I'm just going to place some fabric over the top and then press with my iron to set. And then you continue to repeat with your additional patterns. Again, you'll want to let this fully cool before you try to remove it. It's just a better idea. And what I'm going to do is just look at the spacing here and make sure to allow the appropriate spacing. And it is okay to go ahead and continue on with this process here, leaving the others underneath their transfer sheet that's still quite hot, and repeat the process until finished. Now you can repeat all along your table runner if you'd like, or just leave one side or one section all vinyled up. I just love how easy the Scan and Cut makes this. I could not do all of this intricate design work on my own. As a final touch, I have some gold thread, and what I am going to do is just put a little button through here, just for fun, you know, just as a little final touch here. Just stitch a few little buttons here and there, and to do that, you can do this in different ways. I am just going to thread this through like so and actually tie off the knot on the back side. I absolutely love the end result. You can see here in the center, I reversed. So instead of having the knot on the back on these, I had the knot on the front. And it's just beautiful. It'll be so beautiful for my Valentine's table. And you can create table runners with any theme and any colors in mind. This is the other side where I used several more of the small hearts. I just love, love, love how this turned out, and I cannot wait to decorate my table with it. I hope you have enjoyed this video tutorial. Be sure to stay tuned for more ideas because we are always adding new projects that you can do with your ScanNCutDX.